Picture this. You're out on the Arctic ice. It's -40, the kind of cold that can kill you fast. So what do? You build a shelter out of snow. Sounds ridiculous, right? If it warms up inside, why doesn't the igloo melt? And how can frozen water keep you from freezing? The answer is surprising physics, and the Inuit knew exactly what they were doing. The Inuit are indigenous Arctic people who've lived with this kind of cold for thousands of years, so their winter hacks are the real deal. Today, we're breaking down how an igloo can stay livable even when it's -50 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Here's the first myth to kill. An igloo isn't a crystal clear ice cave. It's snow. And that sounds like a downgrade, until you realize snow isn't one solid thing. Packed snow is more like a crunchy sponge, millions of tiny air pockets trapped inside. And that trapped air acts like the stuffing in a winter jacket. Same reason a foam cup keeps coffee warm. It's not the material doing the magic, it's the air it holds still. Now here's the hook, and it's the part that makes igloos feel almost unfair. The real secret to staying warm isn't the walls, it's what you bring inside. But the walls have to earn the right to help. Inuit builders didn't grab fresh, fluffy snowfall, the kind that collapses if you breathe on it. They used older snow that had been pressed hard by wind and time, then cut it into chunky blocks like white bricks. Those blocks get stacked in a rising spiral, each one leaning slightly inward, so the whole thing tightens as it goes up. More like building with Lego pieces that squeeze together than stacking slippery cubes. And that dome shape? It's basically nature's don't fall down design. The weight doesn't sit on one point. It gets pushed around the curve and down into the base, like the whole igloo is quietly hugging itself into place. Done right, it can take brutal wind, and yes, it can be strong enough for an adult to stand on top. So no, an igloo isn't a snowman's house. It's a locked-up, air-filled shell that buys you time and turns your own body heat into a heater. Insulation isn't the whole story. A perfectly built igloo with nobody inside is still just cold. The heat source is you. Your body throws off warmth non-stop, and inside a snow dome packed with trapped air, that heat doesn't rush out. Get 2 or 3 people in there and the inside can feel 40 to 60 degrees warmer than the blast outside. That's the igloo effect, and it's real. Inuit hunters made it even better with one simple move. They lined the sleeping area with caribou hides or other furs. The air temperature stays close to freezing, yes, around 32 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But those furs create a warm little bubble right where it counts, so your body can rest like it's in a 70-degree Fahrenheit room. Add a quillic, a small stone lamp burning seal oil, and that tiny flame plus body heat can push the inside up into the mid-teens Celsius, even when it's -40 to -50 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And the vent near the top isn't optional. It lets smoke out, prevents CO2 from building up, and keeps moisture in check so the walls don't soften too fast. Look at a traditional igloo from the side and you'll notice the floor isn't flat. It's stepped, a low, cold pit by the entrance, a spot for the lamp, and a raised sleeping platform deeper inside. That's the trick. Cold air is heavier, so it drops into the lower entrance tunnel. The tunnel is long, low, and usually has a sharp turn, so wind can't shoot straight in. The cold gets trapped down there, while warm air rises and hangs over the sleeping area right where you want it. Over time, body heat and the lamp lightly melt the inner wall, then it refreezes into a smooth ice skin. That seals tiny gaps, blocks drafts, strengthens the dome, and even helps reflect some heat back toward you. It's also not always pitch dark. Thin snow can glow with daylight, and some igloos even had small windows made from clear, freshwater ice. An igloo doesn't always mean one little dome. Some were quick hunter shelters, others were family-sized, and some were bigger setups linked by tunnels, basically a temporary snow village. Once you understand the airflow, the trapped heat in snow, and that spiral-built dome that holds weight so efficiently, you realize what the Inuit really did. They turned the Arctic's worst threat into protection. It's a real-world physics lesson, it's a masterpiece of survival engineering, and it's proof that sometimes the warmest shelter comes from the coldest material. If this kind of hidden history is your thing, tap subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next story.